It's Laura here with Eloise Gardens and Blossoms, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be planting up some pots and hanging baskets for clients, which I'll show you what I need to do if I get in my greenhouse. So this is what I need to do. So I've got all these pots in here. I've got 2 hanging baskets. Well, actually I've got 4, but the other 2 are in my little pot cupboard thing that I've got outside, so I'll have to get them out. And then I've got all those pots there. Also got that little basket thing and a little pot in there. So yeah, I need to figure out what I want planting in there and get that all sorted. I did buy some more trailers yesterday because I don't think I've grown enough. So I've got all different, I've got lobelia and then I've got just all different things in there. So yeah, I've got to try and figure out what I want putting in. So what I'll do, I'll go set that up outside and then I'll get back to you. Right, so this is my setup now for however long it's going to take me to do this, probably a good few hours. So I've got the plants out. The only plants I've brought out are the trailers, and there's quite a lot there, but I've got about 12 to 15 pots that are still in clients' gardens that I'll plant out when I go and sort all the other bedding plants out, which will be at the beginning of June, so that's going to be in a few weeks' time. So these are what I've got to do today. So I thought I'd start off with the trailers, put them in, remembering to save some for other people's pots in the gardens, and then I'll go and have a look in my greenhouse for other plants. But yeah, this is what I've got to do so far. I'm going to start with the trailers. I think the first thing I'm going to do, there's Bill's, is arrange them in just so I can see what I've got. So I'll put all the lobelia together, all the Peter together, so on and so on. So I'll do that first. I've got Bill's out with me. So you might see Bill's in the video or you might not. Here she is at the minute. But my mum's here. And my mum's a favourite human, so she'll probably spend a lot of time with her. But she is here. She is knocking about. So you might see, you might not. Just having a good sniff around. Checking it all out. Right, so I'll set my camera up and I'll get filming, get started. Hi, it's me again. So I just wanted to let you know that, if you hadn't guessed already, this is actually an old video that I recorded. I actually filmed this last spring, I think it was, but I just didn't get a chance to upload it onto the channel. So I thought I'd upload it now and give you something to enjoy. I suppose the good thing about that is you get to see how the pots look towards the end of the year, once it all filled in quite nicely. So yeah, anyway, back to the video. Hope you enjoy it, and yeah, I'll speak to you in a bit. Bye. Right, so I've separated everything. So what I've done with the pots and things, I've separated them into who owns them, who's having them, just to give myself some more room. And then with the trailers, I've separated them into the plants. So I've got all the Saphinias together, they're red. I've got these, I think it's Nepeta, I believe. Yeah, all the Nepetas together. I've got pink bacopas, white bacopas. I've got trailing ivy geraniums, different colours, so they're all lumped together. Million bells, I've got purple, yellow, pink and red. Then I've got the lobelia. See, they're all the ones that I brought yesterday because I thought I might need some extra. And then these are all the ones that I've grown, all here. I've got Bidens, lobelia, that's sapphire, so that's like a bluey colour. Yeah, so they're all split up into the groups, just so I can see what I've got and what I'm going to plant up. So now it's actually time to do the planting and see where I want to put everything. Right, I'll speak to you again in a bit. So just to let you know how I'm filling these pots and hanging baskets. I get the compost and I obviously fill the pots up with the compost, but I don't fill them right up to the top. What I do is I get sort of about 1 inch, 2 inches from the top, and then I sprinkle some plant food, which is a slow release plant food. It's sort of supposed to last 6 months, I think it said, but that just helps keep the plants fed and all that jazz. So yeah, I sprinkle that down in the pots, and then I put some compost on the top of it and mix it in, and then I go on to planting the plants.
what you see me doing here is I've got a couple of hanging baskets that go to a couple of clients. Basically what I do is, rather than just using a normal hanging basket liner, which is like a coconut fibre or something like that, because the clients are quite elderly and I don't always get a chance to give the hanging baskets a water every day for them, I always use the compost bag as a liner in itself, and I don't pierce any holes in them. It just helps keep hold of the water. So basically, if it is that I can't get round and give the baskets of water for them each day, at least it holds the water long enough that it makes them last a bit longer than if they didn't get watered. So yeah, basically what you see me doing here is just using the compost bag as a liner, filling it up with the compost and then planting the plants, and then I'm obviously cutting the edges off just to make it look neat and tidy, and that helps to hold the water in. So like I said before, if I can't get around to watering the baskets each day, then it just holds it long enough. It basically makes them last a good couple of 2-3 days for me, which is good. Right, again, back to the video. Okay, so that's all the trailers in the pots. You see all these are done. What I've got to do now is use the rest of the plants to fill in the gaps. So, yeah. Not looking too bad. Right, I'll carry on. It's taken me a while already to do what I've done. But this should be a bit easier now, just filling all these gaps in. The difficult part was figuring out what I wanted in which pot. Okay, I'll carry on. Can I shut my plants out early? You're not helping. I'm trying to work. This is not helping. It isn't helping. It's not helping. Not helping. Watch me plants. Oh dear. I don't know where to start. I need to wait, Bills.
all these pots now sorted and planted up. So I'm going to put all these in my greenhouse now. These will now stay in my greenhouse for a couple of weeks, just let them harden off. And then before I send them to the clients, I'll see if there's any gaps left. And if there is, I'll just put a few more bedding in. But at the minute, they're all done because they'll fill in. The fun thing now will be having to water the rest of my bedding plants while these are in my greenhouse. It's going to be a case of putting them all in and then pulling them all back out when I need to do some watering. I'm hoping these are all actually going to fit in my greenhouse, to be fair, but that's going to be fun. So the next little clip you see is just me watering them all in, giving them a good soaking. Okay, that's it for this video then. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye!